Thank you very much for outlining the steps that need to be, practical steps that need to be taken on the basis of the moment that has now been created. And there's probably a good conversation to be had about pace and what is achievable in what time frame. Thank you very much. I now turn to Johann Wadephul.
Thank you so much, Sebastian. Ladies and gentlemen, it's really a pleasure to be here this morning. I would like to thank, first of all, the IISS for inviting me once again. It's very good. I'm delighted to see my good friend, Sir John Chipman, once again. And I would like, of course, also to thank the Kingdom of Bahrain for their hospitality, my good friend. It's really a privilege to be here this morning. Damascus is a paradise of the world. These are the words of the great geographer al-Muqaddasi, who traveled the Arab world and mapped it in the 10th century. As a foreign minister, my work allows me to be sort of a traveler myself. As it happens, before I came here to Manama, I got to see Damascus with my own eyes. And what I saw there was not a paradise, but the ruins and the rubble of a civil war that a murderous regime waged against its own people. But I also saw hope. The fall of the Assad regime marks a turning point in Syria's modern history, a chance for social reconciliation and for economic reconstruction. This process will be challenging, but already today I can see that Syria is much freer than it was 1 year ago. We know, you know, that the political process still needs to become more inclusive and participatory. To put it simply, minorities must be protected. The Syrian state should be one where everybody finds its place. On this long path to peace, Germany is ready to accompany and to support Syria. We are committed to a positive future for Syria. But Syria is not the only example of positive change in this region, despite all its challenges. I'm happy and relieved to finally see progress in Gaza. We see hope around the region, a vision for a peaceful and prosperous future. We are grateful to President Trump for his strong commitment and for getting the 20-point plan done and agreed. We are grateful especially to our Arab partners, without whom a ceasefire and this very plan would not be achieved. And the Kingdom of Jordan and you, my friend, belong to these very core negotiators before the plan was revealed. Let us now again work together to support the 20-point plan and to iron out some crucial details, like the role of the PA and the pathway to a two-state solution. We all have a positive vision for the future of Gaza, one in which Israelis and Palestinians live in two states side by side in peace and security. My government fully supports this vision. We are one of the most important donors to humanitarian support to the people in Gaza and, by the way, to the PA as well. We have helped build Palestinian state institutions for more than 30 years. We will not stop now. For this mission to succeed, 3 main steps need to be taken. First, we still need more humanitarian access. The situation for civilians in Gaza remains dire. That is something I constantly raise with my Israeli colleague. Also, humanitarian assistance should not be politicized. Second, the International Stabilization Force in Gaza will need a clear basis in international law. We understand that this is of utmost importance to those countries who might be willing to send troops to Gaza and for the Palestinians. Germany also wants to see a clear mandate for this mission. And third, it is important that we pressure and contain those who actively work against this vision. Let us counter those who drive to instability and ensure that opponents to peace cannot succeed. In this spirit, I will do my part and reach out to those with influence in the region and beyond. We need to be clear. The only reason we finally see a positive development both in Syria and in Gaza is because we saw an alignment of forces. Not a complete alignment, of course. That never happens. But just enough to make it happen. And we keep going on. To be sure, there's still a lot of work on Gaza alone. But in this room, full of bright minds and bold leaders, let us think beyond the immediate. Just imagine, if we were to achieve a lasting peace in Gaza, we could use this precious alignment to address other pressing security challenges of our world, from Russia's unrelenting aggression in Ukraine to the ravaging civil war in Sudan. We all share one common interest. That interest is peace. That interest is security. With that vision in mind, we can think in terms of opportunities rather than crises. Opportunities such as cooperation in the development of new technologies, new forms of energy, AI, nanotech, and so on. Opportunities in the development of the whole region between the Mediterranean and the Gulf as an economic powerhouse. Progress demands optimism, but it also requires action. Let us act together. Thank you so much.
Minister Wadephul, thank you so much for those remarks. And I think you posed this question of how do we expand on this alignment of forces has created this moment. How do we expand the dynamic in a positive way? And I'm grateful that you also mentioned other opportunities that may then follow. And some of these themes are, of course, also on our agenda here at the Manama Dialogue. Yvette Cooper, if I may invite you to take the floor, please.
Thank you very much, Bastian. It is a great pleasure to be here in Bahrain to join friends on the stage. And let me begin too by thanking His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, Crown Prince and Prime Minister, and the International Institute for Strategic Studies for bringing us together. This, the 21st Manama Dialogue, which from the outset, this gathering has been an important opportunity to discuss, seek solutions for regional issues that impact the whole world. The Syrian conflict, efforts to curb Iran's nuclear program, the war in Gaza, or terrorism or cybersecurity. Today, I think it is crucial. It represents much more than that because security issues